I'm Sue from Easy Fit in 10, and here is a 10-minute core workout that you can do from home. Now, what you need, a towel, just in case, and water bottles. So this workout today, I'm going to show you how to use water bottles as dumbbells. These are 33, almost 34 ounces, so they weigh 2 pounds. Pretty light, okay? Now this one is a little bit heavier. It's 50 ounces, so it weighs 3 pounds. And then of course we have our big guys, our gallon jugs, which weigh close to 8 pounds. These are awesome. They can get a little bit tough to work with, but I'll show you how, okay? So let's start with our little dumbbells, or our lighter ones. And we're also gonna use a chair today. So I've got the chair pushed up into the wall to help stabilize, all right? Bring my legs together. I'm gonna take those weights, water bottles, right over my chest, belly to spine, and I'm knitting my ribs together. I'm gonna start with a chest fly. Open and close. Abs are pulled in tight. Now, this hopefully feels pretty easy. If it does, I want you to take your feet up into what we call tabletop. Squeeze those inner thighs together. And you're breathing deep into your back. Now, if you have a hard time getting on the floor, you can do this on your bed. Let's get 2 more. I hope that was 10. It probably wasn't. Okay, now I'm gonna rest my feet back on my chair, lift my hips up, and take it into triceps. All right, my elbows are stacked right over my shoulders, and then I'm just moving at my elbow, so just bending and straightening. Now, I have to be honest, this weight's a little bit easy for this. So next round, I will show using the heavier weights. And of course, if you have dumbbells, use your dumbbells. 1 more. Okay, lower your hips down, bring those weights together, and you're gonna lift your legs up. And we're gonna take it to a pull over. As you inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale and pull right back over your belly. Now, if that is starting to create tension in your lower back, put your feet back down on that chair. If you're doing okay, I want you to hold those legs up. All right, we're focusing on spinal stabilization. So that just means we're using our abs to hold our spine still. So keep pulling your belly button down and in towards your spine. Let's get 1 more. Okay, now I'm gonna put those weights down. Put my feet back up on that chair and lift my hips up into my bridge. I'm gonna push firmly through my heels, so I'm really activating my glutes. Now I'm gonna take my hips down and up. So I'm only going halfway down so that I'm keeping some tension in my glutes and my hamstrings to really get them to work. Inhale as I lower, exhale as I lift, and I'm just making sure that my abs are staying pulled in and I'm not moving through my midsection. All that staying still. I'm aiming my tailbone down towards the floor and then my hip bones up towards the ceiling. 1 more. Okay, now I'm gonna lower the hips and then take it into a little ab work. So one thing that happens to a lot of people is that when we start doing flexion, lifting our heads up, our necks work a little too hard. So here's a trick. You're gonna take a towel and cradle your head in that towel and bring your elbows in right over your shoulders. Bring your legs together, breath in, and as we exhale, curling up. I want you to really work on letting your head go heavy into that towel. You're very, very, very lightly holding that towel with your fingertips. And keep those elbows pulled in. Focus on that belly button pulling down. You're gonna nod your chin towards your chest. And unfortunately, give yourself a little double chin for a second. We're gonna do 2 more. Last one. All right, let it rest down. And since I'm gonna go for a couple more rounds, I'm gonna let that stay right there. Okay, I'm gonna grab my water bottles and I'm gonna go through round 2. All right, so pick those legs back up into your tabletop position and we'll take it back to our chest fly. Inhale, open the arms, exhale and close. Now, let's make this a little bit tougher. As we open the arms, extend the right leg out, pull it back in, and then extend that left leg out. Now, that should be adding a little bit more work to the abs. If you need a little more, I want you to try and take both legs out and in. If you feel that, go into your back, aim your feet up towards the ceiling instead of down towards the floor. Okay, good job everyone. Feet are gonna go back on your chair. Lift your hips up, we're gonna hold in that bridge and give me triceps. Now, this one is one of those exercises you might need a heavier weight. Keep going everyone. I did promise I'd show how harder. Okay, stay with it. I'm gonna hold that gallon jug and make it a little bit tougher. Okay, 2 more, close to 10. All right, good, lower those hips down. Now I'm gonna take it to that pullover jackknife. Legs up, I'm gonna take that weight back overhead and then pull. And this is definitely heavier. I think it's twice as much as my lighter water bottles. Not so great at math. Now I'm gonna make this one tougher too. So I'm gonna take that leg down and pull back up, do a little scissor leg. Now, even tougher, both legs. 3 more. Knit those ribs together. Let's get 1 more in there. All right, that was 10. Okay, I'm gonna put my heavy water jug down and lift my hips back up into my bridge position and take it to my bridge where I'm lowering about halfway down, lifting back up. And this is a hip hinge. So that means I am just moving at my hip. I'm aiming with my tailbone down towards the floor and then my hip bones up towards the ceiling. Pushing firmly into my heels and squeezing those glutes together. 1 more time. All right, and lower down. Now I'm gonna go back into that ab work. This set, I'm gonna let my knees drop open into a butterfly position so that my hip flexors can't help. All right, cradling my head in the towel, elbows stack over my shoulders, curling up and lowering back down. Let your head go heavy into that towel. I want you to think about pulling up through that low core. So that means you're zipping up the muscles that start down at your pelvic bone and they're zipping up towards your belly button. 2 more, I think. All right, good, go ahead and relax. All right, we got 1 more round. This is a 3 round. So I'm gonna go back to my lighter water bottles. Weights up right over my chest, pick my legs up, and I'm gonna take it back to that chest fly. Open and close. A little bit tougher, alternating leg. And then even tougher, both legs are gonna go out and in. Now I'm working mostly on that spinal and rib cage stabilization. Keeping my ribs pulled in and down into the floor, my low belly pulled up, my inner thighs are squeezing together. 1 more. Okay, I'm gonna rest my feet back down. Now I'm gonna switch into my heavier water bottle so I really challenge my triceps. Lift my hips up and then take that weight down and up. My elbows are stacked right over my shoulders. So I think this weighs 128 ounces, or it is 128 ounces, something like that. So it's close to 8 pounds. So it's almost 4 pounds in each arm-ish. A little bit more than the 2. And I want to get to that point where I feel a little burn in the back of my arms. Okay, let's get 1 more. There's always 1 more. Always got to do 1 more. Lower your hips down. Let's take it to that pull over. All right, arms are going to reach back overhead and then pull right back over your belly button. Okay, progression. Alternating leg lower. And again, I'm working on keeping those ribs knitted together. Now, optional, both legs. And I'm only going to that point where I can keep my lower back glued to the floor. So for me, this is about it. I'm gonna do 2 more. nice. I'm gonna take it back into my bridge. All right, hips are gonna lift up and take my hips halfway down, all the way back up. Squeezing those glutes, pressing firmly through my heels. And I'm trying to keep my feet pretty relaxed. So I'm gonna wiggle my toes a little bit, try and get them to not grip like they're holding on for dear life. Redirect that effort into my glutes, so my glutes are doing the work to stabilize my spine and my pelvis. Let's do 2 more. Okay, lower those hips down. And now let's hit that last set of abs. I'm gonna bring my legs together, open my knees into that butterfly position, cradle my head in my towel, and then curl up. And I really wanna focus on my breastbone, my sternum, pulling down into the mat. And it's the feeling like I'm curling over, like a big old heavy ball. And my abs are pulling down into the floor. It's hard to talk and do a proper crunch because you should be exhaling as you come up and really pulling your belly into the floor. 1 more. All right, whew, all done. All right, my friends, so that was a quick 10-minute core workout using water bottles. You can do this on your bed, you can do it on the floor, use a chair, don't use a chair. Do what works and feels good in your body. And remember to like and subscribe my page for more 10-minute workouts that you can do anywhere, anytime, so that you can get fit in just 10 minutes at a time. I'm Sue from Easy Fit in 10, and I will see you all next time.